Ever since the trial chamber was revealed at last year's Minecraft Live, you guys have been asking me to add it into the custom LEGO Minecraft world. And today, with the 1.21 update seemingly just around the corner, we're going to make that happen. I'm quite excited about the new structure because it's got plenty of fun stuff for us to mess around with in LEGO form, including new blocks, new mobs, and just all around some fun colors. I think this structure is going to make for a great addition to the underground portion of our display, so hey, let's get to building. Today's module is going to be a 1x2 underground module. For reference, that's the same size as the Deep Dark. In-game, these structures are absolutely massive, so I'm going to be choosing one room to recreate in LEGO bricks. This module is going to introduce a lot of new blocks to the LEGO Minecraft world for the first time. For oxidized copper, I'm going to be using sand green, but if you wanted something more vibrant for your own world, I think dark turquoise would also be a really nice fit. And then you'll see later on that I'll be using dark orange as regular copper blocks. There are so many variations of these blocks too, and I'm going to try to replicate those with different textures in LEGO form. And one way I'll be incorporating that is by using some studs not on top construction. You'll be seeing a lot of that in this build. For cut copper, I'm going to make use of 4 1x1 tiles to create that slightly different effect, just so it stands out from regular copper blocks. The seams between the tiles stand out quite nicely. It's not as subtle of an effect as you might think it would be. Trial chambers are decorated with all sorts of various items, including barrels and pots. So I want to make sure to add some of those here. This is the barrel design I came up with. It's actually got an upside down jumper on top just to give it a bit more of a realistic barrel texture. And I'll put a potted dead bush in here too. After that, it's just time to lay down a lot more tiles. 1x1s and of course some classic 2x2s as well. A lot of people have asked me why I don't build in a 3x3 block scale, and one of the biggest reasons that I don't is honestly because of 2x2 tiles. There is of course no LEGO 3x3 tile, and the way that 2x2 tiles look in this gridded pattern, it's just so iconically Minecraft. I can't imagine doing it any other way. 3x3 technically would scale better with minifigures, but honestly at this point I'm not bothered by that at all. We'll add in our staircase, which is made up of the cut copper blocks as well. Here's a look at the profile to get a bit of an idea of how I accomplished that. All there is really to it is some bracket magic there at work. That means our main hallway is pretty much complete. We'll be sure to populate it with some minifigures later on. I'm thinking a whole party of players tackling this dungeon together. From there, we're going to move on to the second level, which I think will be a bit more exciting. The compact size and the multiple tiers were definitely some of the main reasons I chose to do this room in particular. There's just a lot of visual interest in a small amount of space. Because all the underground modules are capped at a certain height to stay consistent, I had to make sure whatever room I chose would actually fit beneath the display too. You'll see on the floor here another new block. That's the copper grate, which is coming in the next update. For that, I'm using grill plates, the same pieces that I use for cacti, but this time in dark orange. We'll be seeing a lot more of those later in this episode too. And just like the layer below, I'm going to be using more 2x2 dark orange tiles on their side for copper blocks. That 2x2 shape is just too perfect for Minecraft blocks. It really sells the shape of the copper block in particular. You know me, I love dark orange, but unfortunately pots are also dark orange in the LEGO Minecraft world, and that means they just really don't pop in this build as much as I'd like them to. That's why we need sand red to come back. Next, I'm going to be adding a spawner. This is a design that I've actually had for years. My brother helped me come up with it for one of my first LEGO Minecraft mocks. It's not functional like LEGO's version is, but it's a much more realistic scale. Next, we'll continue to build up these walls. I've decided to use dark bluish gray for the tough bricks, just because there are so many more bricks made in that color than old gray. Old gray does capture that warmer tone a bit better, but I would be so limited in what I could actually get. I felt like the texture here and the variation between tough block variants was more important than that 100% color accuracy. Again, if you end up making your own trial chamber, feel free to use whatever color you like. The lack of masonry bricks in Old Gray was kind of a deal breaker for me though. I mean, they just look so good. One of the most interesting aspects of this room in particular is a whole level made up of the new copper grates. This proved to be a very difficult effect to capture in LEGO. However, I'm pretty happy with what I came up with using once again those 1x2 dark orange grill tiles. With some black bricks backing those, it does give the illusion that they are see-through. All in all, I'm pretty happy with how that turned out. Note too that there's a ladder in that back right corner which technically provides access to that secondary layer. Kind of a fun little detail. The ladder design is the same one that we made use of in the igloo basement back in the Ice Spikes episode. This whole module has been very different from some of the other underground builds that I've done in the past. Most of them are cave settings, so it's quite different to be building something so linear and structural. It's given me the opportunity to add a lot more details into the block textures, which I think is really fun. And here I never thought I'd run out of dark bluish gray masonry bricks, but after building this, I have something like 5 left. I'm gonna need to pick up more of those before I eventually do a stronghold. And with that nicely tiled off roof piece, the structure is indeed complete. Let's go ahead and add in some mobs and figures to this display. For instance, what could this spawner be spawning? We've got a few new mobs to choose from, but I'm gonna go with the brand new bogged skeletons. To make these guys, I'm using the head of the drowned, which is that perfect sand green color, and then the arms and torso are from the 2004 era Harry Potter Dementors. Really awesome figures. Kind of a pity to part them out for this, but I like how these guys turned out too. For players, I'll be adding the Sentinel Soldier from the Sword Outpost, the Dragon Slayer from the End Battle, and then the Golden Knight from the Iron Golem Fortress. I'm not exactly sure where this is going to end up in the world yet, but I'll put it alongside 2 other underground modules to give you an idea of what it would look like in context. The best news for me, honestly, is that I made it the correct height. That's always a welcome relief. That dark orange and the sand green really do look beautiful together, and I think it's going to be a nice pop of color against all the dark gray that you find underground. Building this too has gotten me quite excited for the new update. I'm going to have to load up the snapshot and give a trial chamber a run for myself. I did especially enjoy designing the new bogged skeletons. Assuming that the LEGO Minecraft theme continues on, we will get some sort of official version, but I think these will do just fine in the interim. I'm very curious to see what LEGO comes up with. Could they potentially produce the skeleton body in sand green again? That would be pretty cool. Maybe olive green would be a better fit. No matter what, that new face print is probably going to look pretty cool. Anyway, for the next episode, I was originally planning on doing an expansion to the Dripstone Cave mineshaft, but with Brickworld just around the corner, I think it might be in my best interest to work on more surface level modules. And with that in mind, I think I'm going to tackle a Plains Village expansion instead. The next episode is going to fill in a lot of those pesky little gaps and really help bring the display together. That episode will be coming out on the 1st of next month, but it's also available right now for channel members. So if you want to watch it early and support this series, do consider signing up. I do my best to make it worth your while. But anyway, that's all I've got for this time. Have yourself a great life, and I'll see you later.